Today I've got friends coming over and I would love to make them a walnut loaf. And I've got the ideal wood stove in the kitchen waiting to be cooked on. So there's 4 controls on this Ironheart that's fueled by wood. The first lever is at the back and that's towards away, so the heat goes all the way up the flue. So when the flue is hot, then you push it towards me and put towards the oven. Then you've got this lever, and that one. So they go towards away, because all the air you want to get into that firebox and make a really good fire. This lever is horizontal as well, and so you're containing that heat in the firebox. When we're ready to cook, we're going to move that lever to vertical. So I'm going to make the bread. I'm really excited to be using the Ironheart to make this loaf of bread, and it's really delicious with walnuts and red wine. So I've got 75 grams of water that's been warming in the back of the Ironheart, and I've got 250 grams of flour, strong flour, and a combination of wholemeal and plain strong flour, with the addition of walnuts. And I've roasted those in the Ironheart just for about 10-15 minutes until they're lovely and toasty. So I'm just going to put those in the pestle mortar, and I'm just going to break them up a bit so you don't have great big chunks in my favourite bread. The smell is delicious. Oh, I think roasting any nuts in the Ironheart is just really brings out the flavour. And a nice crunch as well. So when you slice this bread, homely bread, it will have delicious flavours. And colour as well, which I'll tell you all about that. So you put the walnuts in the flour, and then using a table knife, that's all you need, just mix it around. But I'm going to use a little bit of salt, so about half a teaspoon of sea salt. Then I'm going to be starting to introduce the liquid to make in this bread, which is really easy and rustic. So you've got 75 grams of the water, then you've got 75 grams of red wine, and then you've got a tablespoon of walnut oil, because there's a walnut theme, and so it's nice to really make it punchy and walnutty. Then a little bit of honey. That really helps with the yeast and it gives a nice colour and flavour. And then you add 15 grams of fresh yeast. If you haven't got fresh yeast, then you can use the dried yeast. So just with a fork, the smell and the colour is just delicious. Just mix it until it's dissolved, and then pour it in to the walnuts and the flour mix. And then taking your bread knife, your table knife, you just literally mix it into a dough. Simple as that. So you don't have like really dirty hands at this stage. So I'm just mixing in the yeast, the wine, and the water until it's a soft dough and comes together like that. Then take it out of the bowl. You can put a bit of flour or a little bit of oil on your surface and just knead it until it's just soft, like this. and pliable, and you'll know it doesn't take long. And then you're going to put it by the Ironheart. Now I'll show you exactly where to put it when it's proving, because you don't want it too hot, but you just want sort of nice ambient heat. There you go, that's all ready to prove. So the dough is all ready to have its first proving, because it has 2 provings altogether, but that's dead easy with the Ironheart. So you get a clean tea towel, put it over your bowl, and then put it by the Ironheart, but not directly around by the hot plates, because that'd be way too hot for the yeast to act. So just put it on the side or by a table beside the Ironheart, and that'll take about an hour to prove. So the walnut bread has been proving for about 1.5 hours by the ESSE. So now I'm going to direct the heat from that firebox to the oven. So this lever here will just turn it vertical, and then all the heat from the firebox will go into the oven, ready for a hot oven for the baking. Look at that, fantastic, beautiful proving. It's not too hot, because I haven't put it directly on the Ironheart, just the surrounding. So I'm just going to very carefully and lightly just roll it and knead it into a shape, your desire, whatever you feel like, and I feel like it's going to be this today. So there you go. I'm going to put that on a tray, and then we're going to prove it again, the last proving, before putting it into the Ironheart. So as you can see, the loaf is now ready to be put in the oven, and it's proved brilliantly. So I'm just going to slash it across, and that just lifts up the dough and makes a lovely pattern. Sprinkle it with a little bit of flour, that professional look, and then put it in the ESSE. The Ironheart has got this fantastic guard, so when you're cooking on it, it just stops you from burning on the firebox, so you've got all that space you can work with. So I'm just going to put it in direct on the floor of the Ironheart, and then close the door, and then 40 minutes, that's all it takes. My favourite loaf has been baked for 40 minutes, and it's ready to come out of the Ironheart. Look at that, fantastic, great crust, great colour, and great Ironheart.